Yeah, little Van Halen. Loving it, loving it. Hello, guys. Welcome to Now You Know Eagle Pass. I am Ruben Camarillo. Of course, I am along with my partner in crime, Ms. Veronica. Hello, hello. And of course, our special guest today, we have Maverick County Republican Chair, Sandy Sassano. Hello, Sandy.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Of course, of course. How are you? How is everybody?
Doing great this Sunday.
Doing good. Yes. Happy Sunday to everybody. And, of course, we're back. It's been a while since we've actually, come in and actually done a podcast. It's been a very crazy few months when it comes to work and battling some demons outside of the head. We won't talk about that today, but we do have a few topics. We are going to talk about the chaos that's been going on in recent days. We have tragically lost our beloved Charlie Kirk. He was the founder of Turning Point USA at just the age of 18. He's been a conservative right-wing activist for starting off in high schools and then going on to college campuses. And unfortunately, it got to the point where he lost his life just a few days ago. So if we can please have a quick moment of silence for Charlie Kirk and his family. All right. Thank you guys so much. And thank you all for joining us, whoever's here. But first, before we get started, I'm going to do my reality check segment. So I'm going to put my face up here. All right. And this is your reality check. So we tragically lost a life. And not only did we tragically lose somebody, we recently just became more divided. Call it whatever you want. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Doesn't matter whether you're right, whether you're left, whether you're center. An innocent person lost his life. Now, whether you can disagree with some of the things that Charlie Kirk has advocated for, it doesn't matter. I think that if, in my case, let's just say if Kamala Harris got shot, no matter how many times I disagreed or didn't vote for that person, I would never, what's the word for it? Deteriorate somebody and downgrade somebody while they had just lost their life. Somebody loves them. And we've seen it in our own community, as shocking as it is. Sometimes I wish I could say I'm not surprised, but it's pretty shocking. We've seen people are celebrating the death of this person, and coming from our own community, it's pretty pathetic. Shame on you. You know who you are. I don't have to mention names. We are in a community that is filled with vengeful politics. And when our nation is now shook once again, despite whatever it is, whether it's a school shooting, whether it's somebody getting shot in front of thousands of people, this is the time to unite. This is not a time to divide. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, ignore the noise that is around it. Whether the far left says, oh, Charlie Kirk was a fascist or he was a racist, definitely not true. Whether the far right says, oh, you know what, this guy was transgender, or he was just he shot him because of transgender ideologies. We don't know that. That's all the noise that's going to fill your heads with hate, and it's going to end up causing everybody to divide. So something that we can learn from this, let's mourn. Give us a chance to mourn, whether you disagree with this person or not. He was a political influence to a lot of young conservatives, including myself. I followed his career for a while. That's the reality we live in. And hopefully those who, and you know who you are, those who decide to have an opinion based off of twisted narratives, think about it. Do the research. Put politics out of your heads for 5 seconds. Put aside your political views and leave the fact that a human being, a father, a husband, someone who was influential to somebody, someone who people look up to, had tragically lost their life in front of thousands of people and in front of the world, especially with the clips that we just can't unsee. Something that we call social media a cancer because it shows us things that we're not supposed to see. And that's my reality check for you guys today. So stay humble and let's come together. All right. And so now we will begin. First, before we begin, if you're looking for local flavor to spice up your life, well, have no fear. Try these awesome local blends for any occasion with Hesless Spice Company. I have this right here. So they have blends such as fajita, which is what I have it right here, steak seasoning, and of course, everyone's favorite, lemon pepper. I didn't bring the lemon pepper because it's almost gone. So I think this is more presentable. Give it a try and ask about Hesless spices at Hesless Sporting Goods in downtown Eagle Pass. Also, we'd like to thank our sponsors, LC's Power Hour. Guys, get your first free workout and work out with the two professionals that go 3 or 4 workouts a day. They are located at 2499 North Veterans Boulevard. Join the family. No excuses at LC's Power Hour. Also, one more sponsor. Thank you so much to Precision Tune Auto Care, located 2137 Garrison Street. Take a visit. They have some awesome deals for you, especially when it comes to warranties and, of course, great customer service. And so let's begin. Sandy, how you doing, ma'am? Sandy and Veronica, how are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me. This is a great opportunity to talk about, what's happening here locally as far as the party goes and what you mentioned, Charlie.
Give us your thoughts. Well, I'm going to ask each and every one of you. We'll start with Veronica first. What was your first thought when we saw this tragedy happen?
Shocked. I was shocked because I follow him. A lot of people follow him. So it's just sad, I mean, no matter what political party you belong to or what you believe in, death is not the answer. It's not right.
Absolutely. Sandy, give us your thoughts.
I was fortunate enough to meet Charlie, and at the time that I met him, that was one of the things that he talked about, that he had to have security because of all of that death threats that he was having for him. And so it's sad that at such a young age, we lost this young man who was only wanting to share his voice, preach the gospel, and give people the opportunity to have dialogue, because we don't have dialogue. And so the parties keep going at different ends. So in order to come together, and unfortunately, with the loss of Charlie, a lot of people have been watching a lot of the videos, the behavior of the left, the Democrats. It's unacceptable. We've all lost a loved one at one point in our life, whether it was a spouse, a sibling, a parent, a child, and it's a terrible loss. So how can you behave that way? That's unacceptable. And because of their behavior, a lot of their members are leaving their party because they're so disgusted with the behavior that they're seeing from their party. So Charlie won't be forgotten. Charlie had a mission to accomplish, and the Lord took him. And I'm sure he's probably telling Charlie, well done, faithful servant. So he finished what he needed to do, not in our eyes with his young age, but God never makes a mistake. So he had a plan.
What was your first reaction? And I'm sure you've seen some comments on social media. What was your first reaction when it comes to certain people from our own community making such comments, such as being happy that he's passed, or calling him trash, calling him a fascist, all those horrible things? What was your first reaction to that?
I think it's really disgusting, because how dare you behave that way for the loss of a loved one? He wasn't doing anybody any harm. On the contrary, he was preaching the gospel, and the debates that he was having, it was to educate them. He was trying to educate them and show them that it wasn't what they were being indoctrinated with. So my first reaction was sickening. In this community, I expected a lot more from my community, especially from people that have lost loved ones.
What about you, Veronica? What was your reaction to a lot of the?
It's heartbreaking because I mean he was a human being, you know, and we are all human beings.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I totally agree. I think that this has caused so much chaos. I think around like globally, like or nationwide. You know, my own family. You know, a lot of my family are have democratic beliefs. It's divided a lot, and I think that the worst possible. Not only him losing his life tragically, but just the disrespect and the I don't know how to say this, not valuing life. Like I said, you can disagree with somebody. I can disagree with. I have a lot of friends who are liberals. I have a lot of friends who are part of the LGBTQ. You know, we will all have disagreements, but that doesn't mean that we can't eat at each other's table, and that doesn't mean somebody deserves to die for putting out your beliefs. You know, it's sad. It's very sad.
It really is. So there's a level of respect that has been lost. And so we need to have that back. And regardless of whatever party, you know, I respect whatever Democrat is in front of me. I am not going to down talk them. I'm not going to put them down. I'm going to treat them the way I want to be treated. I want to be treated with respect. So in order for me to be treated with respect, I have to treat my neighbor with the same level of respect.
Did you have you had any conversations with anybody about this, or have you exchanged words with anybody that you've known that
Locally, I've gotten a lot of support for the loss of Charlie. A lot of people have been watching a lot of the TikToks and the YouTube videos regarding him and some of his debates. And he gave everybody the opportunity to express themselves. You don't see that from the other side. And most recently, you know, they had a vigil at the university, university there in Utah where it happened. And it was a massive amount of people. And they were all together and they were all praying and singing and praising God and just together in worship. Now, you remember back when George Floyd passed away, what did they do? What was their behavior? Was it love and peace? No, it was burning and destroying property. I mean, you can just look at, I'm not making anything up. This is the actual.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've all seen it. We've seen buildings burn down. We've seen Wendy's burn down. We've seen people die. Even in San Antonio, we've had, the city vandalized, police officers losing their lives. It was crazy. And then we have someone like, Charlie Kirk, who mattered to a lot of the conservatives out here. And we haven't seen that one building burn.
No, or any type of retaliation. And so, there's a lot of love for him and a lot of prayers are being said for him. Even in Europe, they had a vigil. They had like 3 million people for Charlie. And this is in another country. And also, I believe it was in Japan. And this is different countries, and they honor and they saw the value, what he was trying to preach. He just wanted to have a better future for the younger generation, for his kids, my grandkids. And so we have to make this place a better place. And it's the direction it's going locally with the left. It's not there. What kind of leader do they have? What is their message? They don't have one.
Yeah, I think this is a time to come together. But
right,
Veronica, what about you? Have you exchanged any conversations with anybody since this happened, or whether it was negative or positive?
No, only what I've seen on social media.
Yeah, that could have an effect whether you're exchanging words or whether you decide to just watch. And what's really frightening is we have prominent figures in the community that's making those comments, and I'm not gonna take the time to name the names, but I think everybody knows. And I'm just gonna say that if you're calling somebody trash or despicable or horrible, you might want to look in the mirror, man, because that's just that's hypocrisy at its best. You know how, and I think that was the same, almost the same thing when we lost Maito. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of our political figures decided to stay silent on that, and just a quick tip of advice: just because you had a formidable opponent that was calling out a lot of your mishandlings of our funds or are these decisions that you're making, they decide to call you out on that. That doesn't mean that you should hate them or, you know, not even have the respect to, you know, wish their family prayers for losing a loved one. You know, like I said, I have a lot of enemies out here. There's a lot of people that don't like me. There's a lot of people that don't disagree with me, but you know what? I would never wish death on them. I would never, if the person that I really didn't like passes away, I'm gonna feel that. Like it's empathy. We're human. We should feel that kind of thing regardless of who we disagree with. And I hope that whoever's watching, whoever's sharing, can really let that sink in, etch that into your souls. Put your political views aside, whether you disagreed with somebody or not, and think about the harm that it has caused this nation, in our community. Our community is feeling it. I can see it. I can see, and it's shocking that you can see that Eagle Pass is conservative. If you anybody who wants to disagree with me on that, Eagle Pass is definitely conservative, and there's a lot of love for Charlie Kirk, and I wish the best for his family, and I pray for his kiddos, and his voice is not silenced. Absolutely not. It has been magnified, and we're all gonna see that here pretty soon. But off that topic, you guys got any last words on that topic?
The only thing that I can say is that he had very high standards for himself. He followed God. He preached the word. He put his family in second place, and he was a patriot. That was third. That was the three most important things that he had. And there is a video out there that talks about, you know, what Charlie was saying when he passes, and I'm sure you guys have heard it. And one of the things that he says is not to be sad for him, that he was promoted to a higher level, and that he didn't want anybody to take any kind of vendetta against anybody. He wanted us to be peaceful and to move forward. So, you know, everybody that wants to honor Charlie will continue to do so. I mean, it's multiplying. There's a lot of places that are going to be having more vigils. We're actually going to try to have something here in Eagle Pass. Hopefully people come and learn a little bit more about that. And yes, I agree with you. I think there's a lot of conservatives here in Maverick County, even though they vote Democrat, but their values are very conservative. So it's a matter of educating them. At the same time, I think they're kind of tired of the same old, same old.
Yeah. I'm going to read this one really quick. Hey, Val, thanks for chiming in. She's one of our previous co-hosts. Still always welcome to come on the show whenever she wants to. But she says the celebration of someone's death is pure evil. Violence is evil. I had people block me, laugh at my posts about him. His faith in Jesus was so powerfully strong. I could go on and on about this topic, of course. Thanks, Valerie, for chiming in on that. No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And I just, people who say that he's a fascist or he was racist or you know what? When I say far, I don't say just liberals in general. We all have extremists on both sides. Right. You can't, that is the noise that extremists who don't have any sense would rather put into people's heads. And I think that, you know, that establishment has caused this. I mean, when you're somebody who actually believes something like this, it's the same thing with Donald Trump almost getting shot. You tell people, hey, he's a Nazi, he's a threat to our democracy, he's a threat to our republic. People will get that in their heads. And one of the things that they'll think is, oh, you know what? I could probably put a stop to this. Mm-hmm. You know what? And if I get in trouble, so be it. So I'm going to take that shot. And that's terrible.
And the first thing they do, actually, when something like tragic like this happens. I mean, there was a school shooting in Colorado. 3 little kids lost
Yeah.
their lives for somebody that was sick. That woman on the train in oh my gosh, I can't remember. In North Carolina, she lost her life. She was an innocent victim minding her own business. And it doesn't matter what the weapon is, it's the mental state of the person. So we need to address that. And that's what they want to do. They want to address that. But the first chance that the Democrats get to try to take our weapons away, that's what they're going to do. They're going to call for that. And I do agree that things maybe need to be tapered, maybe change some of the rules on what they have to do to get a firearm. And I get it, but to take them completely away, I don't agree with that.
No, absolutely. Veronica, you have anything to say on that, for the last tidbit of that topic?
Well, it was so sad about the woman that was killed at the train. So it's also something
was
very horrible.
That was in North Carolina, right?
Yes.
North Carolina.
I'm trying to find the name. I had it on here in my notes, and I don't know what happened to it. If anybody wants to drop any comments, like, feel free to remind me. I'm just totally got a brain fart right now, but it was sad. And again, I honestly think that if it was the other way around, I think that everything would be an uproar. It always has to do with race. And that's sad because a refugee from Ukraine, I believe she was from Ukraine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. She was just minding her own business on the train in North Carolina, and someone just stabs her in the neck, and everybody just kind of watched. That was another.
That was very, very, very bad. Like, what's wrong with us people,
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to get involved, and they just want to stand back. And unfortunately, we lose people when that happens.
Yeah, it was Irina Zarutska. She was a refugee from Ukraine. So prayers to her family also as well. That was, it's sad. We all got the brunt of that too. We saw that, and you can't unsee that.
Right.
You can't unsee what we just saw. And like I said, people say that social media is a cancer that shows us things that we shouldn't see. It's terrible. But again, we asked everybody just to have some empathy, put yourself in the shoes of the families, and just kind of imagine if you were to lose somebody tragically, again, despite your beliefs.
You just have to have a heart,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We all do. I think people just
a heart.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll move on. Again, prayers to all the families, to the family of Charlie Kirk and Irina Zarutska. You guys will be remembered. You'll be living in the eternal castle of God forever. Now let's go into elections.
Okay.
What do we got going on, Sandy, in elections? Who's running?
Okay, so we have a couple of candidates. Just so that everybody knows, the places that are open for candidates, we have the county judge position, although I already have a candidate, a very solid candidate, commissioner for precinct 2, commissioner for precinct 4. Ooh. I have a candidate for precinct 4, so I'm excited about that. I also have a candidate for justice of the peace, precinct 1 and precinct 3. And my candidates are not political. They don't have a political history. So they want to do right by the people. And they know that I'm going to hold them accountable. I'm going to make sure that they're there working for the people. I know that currently there's some people in office that have full-time jobs, whether it's retail or the school district or hospital, I don't know, but they're not available during regular business hours.
Oh, that's everybody, I think, Eagle Pass.
Yeah, so it's important that somebody's going to be there. And at this point, the candidates that I do have will be available during working hours. So that's good.
Okay. They haven't announced anything yet, or are they?
No, at this time, I can't release their names until they, I have to honor their wishes. So I will not. But
Dang it.
but I am looking for candidates for precinct 2 for commissioner and precinct 2 for justice of the peace. And what I'm looking for is people that are going to be accountable, that have moral values, that are going to do the right thing for the people. I think that they're tired of the same names and doing the same thing. They promise so much, and then they get into office, and instead of serving the community, their constituents, whatever precinct they're in, now they're like a king and queen, and it's my schedule, and I'm sorry I'm not available. No, we have to have them accountable, and they have to do right for the people.
You're absolutely right. I think, and we've been together on this for a while. And there's a lot of criticism when it comes to candidates for the Republican Party. A lot of us, a lot of the community say, well, you know what? Well, if you're running for the Republican Party, you're running for the wrong party. I strongly disagree. I think people kind of lose hope in that sense, to where, oh my gosh, we're just never going to win against these Democrats who are super funded. That is what it is. I know a lot of these people who are running under the Democratic ticket are definitely conservative. What's your take on that, especially when making a choice, kind of going against you? I mean, to me, it's kind of going against your core beliefs, running under the Democratic ticket instead of being yourself and running under the Republican ticket. What's your take on that?
I think that there's a level of intimidation by the voter to that candidate. They think they're going to lose votes. But the point is, you have to represent who you are. And if you're starting from a place that you're not really a Democrat, and you're just running on the Democrat ticket because you think you're going to have better odds of winning, you're starting off with the wrong foot. If you're a Republican, you should run as a Republican. And the Democrats, if they're real Democrats, then God bless them, right? But the moral values are so different. We believe in preserving life. We believe in protecting the unborn child. And a lot of the Democrats believe the same thing, but they don't realize that the Democrat Party doesn't. I mean, they had their Democrat convention in Chicago, and outside of the convention, they had the Planned Parenthood for the abortions.
Seen that. Yeah, that I think that was pretty wild. Yeah, I get it. Like, your liberal views, I'm center right. I believe in I believe in preserving life. I am pro-life to a certain extent, to where, okay, let's just say if rape and incest has something to do with it. That's something I strongly believe in when it comes to women's rights and all that good stuff. But like when you're promoting abortions in general, I don't know. But I think I honestly think going back to Democrats and Republicans here in the county. I'm sure that you've had your fill of Miss Juanita Martinez with the Democratic chair, advocating for kind of like an extremist kind of thing. You know what I mean? I think one time I saw, when the Trump election was going on, they were putting, a lot of people who voted for Trump were putting "I voted" stickers on like a Trump poster, and she was kind of videotaping it, to identify who voted for him. And I think that's a little extreme. Like, I think you should just leave people alone, let them vote whoever they want. Like, if you vote for Kamala Harris, or, if you're a big fan of AOC, like, I'm not gonna hate you for that.
I think it's very important that people know who they want to vote for. Don't just vote for somebody because your comadre is telling you to vote for them. If this person that you're voting for represents your values, guess what? You're going to pay for them, because our tax dollars pays for those representatives, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. So make sure that the salary you're paying him does the right thing by you. So there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah, of
And
course.
fortunately, that party is the Maverick County Democrat Party is divided within themselves. So there's a lot of fighting going on within them. Now, I've heard rumors that some of the candidates wants to jump party and come over by me, which
Uh-oh. Red
I'm
the team.
like, oh, because I'm looking for people that have values and are going to speak to their values.
Yes. Spill the tea, Sandy. Who's doing it? Speaking of which, I mean, do we have a Republican candidate for Eddie Morales yet for District 74?
We do actually. He's a young man.
Okay.
I can say his name. I'll say his first name. His first name is John,
Okay.
and he did pretty good last time. And we also have Brandon Herrera, who's running against Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, he's running again?
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
running again, and this John person is running against Eddie. And so, we have two solid Republican candidates. So we'll see how the primary goes for Tony and Brendan. And then, of course, we'll have John running against Eddie.
Wow. So we're not going to have a primary for John yet. Not that we know of.
Not that we know of. No, not for John.
Okay. Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting race. We'll that's the state level. So we kind of cover the elections. We cover Charlie Kirk. In other news,
Okay.
it seems as though we have a resignation in town. I believe we figured that out yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, and it was Mr. David Salcedo, our bridge director. I'm very confused as to. I mean, okay, if you want to break the news as a media, but don't have a source or don't want to name a source, to me that's not convincing. Okay, we haven't heard anything from the city of Eagle Pass. All I'm hearing is rumors, and of course that's what we all go by. But if you look at the previous elections with the mayoral elections, David Salcedo was one of the biggest. They're all the two biggest topics of elections is always David Salcedo and Mr. Mijares, the superintendent. It's always those two. It's just like if they were running for something. It's crazy how he just put in his resignation and we know nothing about it. What's your guys' take on that? We'll start with you, Vero.
Very odd. I mean, because the call I received that one time.
Yeah, you have good relations with all of them, and we try to have good relations with everybody.
Mhm.
You haven't heard anything or like any rumors or anything like that?
No, just rumors on social media that they wanted him out. They
Yeah.
told him to leave his position and stuff. But I mean, they're just rumors. It's social media, compra y venda. It's all over the place.
Absolutely, and I mean, from Aron's campaign, you would see the other media is using. Okay, well, what is to become of David Salcedo? What is to become of city manager Homero Valderas?
Mhm.
I think I think we kind of forgot about it, and now it's just all of a sudden. Oh, okay, that's what we thought was going to happen. Sandy, give us your take on that.
Well, I know that he was there for a very short time. I know the election, the mayoral election was in process while he was put in place. So it hasn't been that long. But my concern is this. Okay, if he's no longer, whether he was resigned or let go, whichever one is this case, are they going to have somebody capable of doing the job? Because this is not just any job. This is a job that has a lot of responsibility. And as taxpayers, we need to make sure that is being managed properly. Now, right. Homero, are you saying that might be rumors, something might happen to him? Aron has to really think about what he's doing, because if the city collapses on his watch, this is horrible.
Yeah, right. He's got a lot to prove. My relationship with him is a love-hate relationship, I think. We'll talk to each other and I'll tell him, look, I can support too. I believe at the town hall meeting, I shook his hand and was like, look, let's together do good for the community. All right. And he was like, okay, yeah, Ruben, no, you're right. Like it's and that's fine. Like I'm willing to support for some odd reason. Someone told him that I'm in league with Superintendent Miatas. Like I don't know where that came from. I had lunch with the guy one time, and we talked about access to how things work in the school district and what they're doing for the students and what they're doing for the parents and how parents need to be involved and how we need to make these school board meetings more vocal and have parents participate, all that kind of stuff. And I guess somebody stood out that I guess I'm his personal media. And the shocking thing is people believe that. So it's like, okay, I can get along with just about anybody as long as you do the right thing for the community. If you're doing good things, and I hope if Aaron's watching or any of his supporters are watching, the only way to shut me up is to do something good. Okay, all of these obvious political moves, such as putting his wife in the seat of the Maverick County Hospital District. I know I'm going to get some of those. What's that?
What's up with that? When I saw it, I'm like,
14 candidates, and you have a lot of them had degrees, and of course they have experience in the profession, in the medical profession, and then you have Miss Stephanie Valdez, who is a she works for Farmers Insurance, and she's kind of like a regular Joe Schmo, which that's okay. You want to have a mixture of Joe Schmoes and medical experts in a board. However, when you're the mayor's wife out of 14 candidates and your husband was there in that seat before you, how obvious is that? I didn't put an opinion on it. I put a poll. I did a fair poll. I don't know if anybody's seen it. I think you've seen it, Veronica.
Yes.
And everybody at the poll, answer one said, "What do you guys think about Stephanie being in this board seat? Is it A, because it's fair, it's great, it's a good balance of regular and medical professionals, or is it B, well, she's just the mayor's wife, so that's why she got it?" And a lot of people chose B. I believe I got some heat for that one, but I mean it's the truth. I didn't put my opinion on it. I let everybody else put their opinion on it. It's nothing against people's wives or in general. It's just when you bring your spouse in politics, you're fair game.
yeah.
It is. You know what I mean? It's
the way it is.
Yes. Here comes the criticism. Get ready to take it. Don't get mad at people who criticize you, because you got to be criticized.
Right, that's how you get better. I mean, if you're smart and you listen to the criticism, and if you apply it and say, okay, I'm going to take this criticism, but how can I improve on it? And then run with it, fantastic.
Yes.
But if you listen to it and you ignore it and you keep going in the direction you're going, you didn't accomplish very much.
And I'll give him some credit. He's listening. All right. When I was bitching about our leaders not addressing this horrible incident that happened just recently, and he heard and he posted something, and I was like, great. Well, it should have been yesterday, but I'll take it. Good. Thank you for listening, and thank you for addressing the community on that. Didn't hear anything from our county judge, of course, and that's another story for another time. Like I said, despite what I think about you, or if I didn't vote for you, I'm willing to support. You're my mayor and you're my county judge, but do something that's less obvious politically. Do something that's good. I like how Aaron is opening communications with everybody. He's being more vocal in his videos and how he's forming these relationships. That's great. Keep doing that. But when you see these political moves being made and it's so obvious, like, find somebody else you can, if you want to play politics and do the political thing, because we all understand how politics works, mold somebody else that you trust, that you want to put in that seat, and not make it so obvious that it's going to be your best friend or your brother or your father or your wife. That's just me. So
I agree.
yeah, again, you want to shut me up, do good for the community. I will post it, I will share it, whether I didn't vote for you or not, and I will thank you for it. Put some speed bumps on my street. You know, it's just,
For years.
yeah. Take out those damn medians, which that's going to be hard. I understand that's not easy, and that it's not an easy promise to keep. But I'll be happy with that. You know, lower the speed limit or something in my neighborhood, because I think 30 is just too damn fast. Hypothetically, you know, that just simple things. Money's not going to buy me. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass either. I think they all know that.
One last thing.
Sure.
I'm concerned. I know that there was a fiasco about the Eclipse event, the $2 million.
Oh,
There hasn't been any update, but I believe they want to ask for another grant or a bond or something for
make up for it.
$4 million. But what happened to those $1 million?
Right. And I think, yeah, we've seen that. Like, I think a grant was just was approved through the county to supplement the debt for the amphitheater.
No, but I'm talking about the city.
Right. But it's kind of like that.
Oh,
You know, I think they're trying to get grants to supplement all this money lost for the 57 Music Fest, and then we're just going to forget about what happened to that money. Oh, it's okay. We got a grant funded, but don't we have to pay that back?
as a taxpayer, we do. Oh, and speaking of which, and I'm sorry if I'm taking more time,
No.
Go ahead. This is your time.
property values keep going up. So the appraiser supposedly comes and appraises all the properties. But if there's no improvement, if you didn't build a 3-car garage or a 2-car garage addition to your property, then how can you appraise it at a higher value? Oh, I get it. To increase our property taxes, even though you didn't do any improvements, but the value went up. It's not supposed to work that way.
Absolutely. Valerie chimed in again. Might be the truth, but I still think she'll do a good job. She's consistently involved in the community, and I hope she does a good job. I'm wishing her good luck. I really do. Not saying that she can't do the job. We'll see. You know, again, I'm a type of person that wants to see results.
And she's young, new ideas, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And she knows how to speak.
Yes.
She, you know, I think it's just a joke, okay, guys. But if it was the other way around, if she ran for mayor, I think she would cap and she would know how to speak, and I think she would be more of an attractive entity for constituents, you know, and she would definitely do the job, I think. So there you go.
I agree with that.
So, what else? So, in regards to politics, I think that wraps it up. Is there anything else, Sandy, before we let you go?
No, that's it. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll definitely have you on again. I don't know. Was there something that, one more thing before you take off? I think we were talking about something for Charlie Kirk and maybe something to give to the community. Is that going to be a secret still, or is that something?
Well, we're working on it. We're trying to have a visual, and so hopefully we'll have the community come out. We're trying to find a location for that, so that we can have something to honor him, and just to pay our respects as a community. I know they're having one in San Antonio today, and it's going to be massive. So I'm going to check. Yeah.
Awesome.
We definitely have to have one here in Eagle Pass.
Yes, we do. As a community, it has to bring everybody together. It doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or Republican. We're all human beings, and we all go through the loss of life. And so we should come together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And if Juanita wants to come and run around with sage and stuff, great. Just let us have our peace and let us mourn, you know. So, I'm sorry I had to throw that joke in there. All right, Sandy. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you joining us, and we'd love to have you on again.
Okay, great. Bye-bye.
All right, Veronica, now the politics is over, you're going to take over for the pop culture.
So we are going to start off with hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to Now You Know Eagle Pass podcast. Don't forget to like and share this video, please, and follow our page as Now You Know Eagle Pass podcast here in Facebook and in Instagram.
Awesome.
Do we have TikTok?
We're gonna have TikTok soon. I think I have it. I just need to take my face off of it and just
So talking about movies, have you seen The Conjuring?
The Conjuring? No, I have not. It's like a series, right? I've been hearing about it.
Series. They're scary movies.
Yeah,
It's a
but it's
scary
like a
movies.
trilogy.
There's
Or
a
like,
couple of that they've done in the past.
okay, all right. So there,
Have you
it's.
seen any of them?
I have not. You know what? No, I think I've seen the first one, which was like what back in, I don't know. It was a long time ago, right?
I don't know. I don't know when the first one was made, but yes.
If anybody wants to leave a comment, what was the first Conjuring that came out? I mean, I'll look it up. But I want the audience to interact. If you guys know the Conjuring, I don't know what's the first one. I think it came in the early 2000s. But tell us about it. So the new one, how was it? What do you?
Well, it was very scary. I think it has to do a lot with family, coming together, to help out and stuff. So it was sad, but it was also very scary. So I'm not into those type of movies. I love scary movies, but not that type because I know that happens in real life. But
Mallory says it's a movie. Don't watch them. You know what? I thought it was like a trilogy or a series.
No, it's a movie.
Okay.
They've done a couple of movies, but this
Okay.
was one of the movies.
Yeah, people were saying like the Conjuring series, like the series, is it like on Netflix or what? I thought it was a movie back in like the early 2000s, but I guess there's a bunch of them.
Yes, maybe.
Whether they remade it or not. But what do you give it? How do you rate the movie? Would you recommend it?
I recommend it for adults, no children. But I know preteens are into those type of movies. But please go with an adult because it is bad.
People here are going to take their kids to see rated R movies. Like I went to see that Deadpool movie and like there were like 11-year-old kids there. I was like, holy shit, I would never take my kid to see that movie. That's but sometimes you don't have a choice. You know?
I've never seen Deadpool. What are they that it's not for children?
Oh, you got to watch it.
Bad words or what?
Oh yeah, Deadpool is a Marvel superhero, kind of like Spider-Man and Hulk and all that. He falls into that universe and he's like a mercenary. But he kills people. He's like an anti-hero. And a lot of curse words, Ryan Reynolds is perfect for the role. And a lot of curse words, a lot of killing, a lot of blood, and yeah, I wouldn't recommend taking your kids to see that, but I think people still do. So, I would never take my kid to see that movie.
Next, we are hopping into fashion. September marks the beginning of fall and football season, and it is Fashion World. It's the most exciting 4 weeks out of the whole year. This is largely due to Fashion Month. The colors of September are deep red, brown, olive green, and navy blue. Purple, which capture the spirit of the season in town. We have local stores that encourage everyone to visit to be the latest fashion of the season.
I didn't know September had I didn't know the months had.
Yes. Well, I love fashion. I like dressing up, and you've seen me how I dress. So I love colors. I love everything that has to do with the months and stuff. It's cool.
Quick question. So, like, does fashion matter? Like, whether it comes to name brand stuff, like Gucci and all that stuff, or can you just?
In my personal opinion, no. I'm not like a person who loves brands unless it's a bag, sunglasses, or shoes. But like clothing, it doesn't matter.
What about so you can easily dress nice and get good stuff at Walmart? Is that where?
Yes, I bought in things at Walmart.
Okay. No,
My
I'm
favorite
not.
local store, it's CDJ Mode and Fashion Gems.
Okay. No, there's no problem. I don't think there's a problem with shopping at Walmart. I mean, my mom and dad, back when I was a kid, that's all we could afford. We can't always afford to get the big name brand stuff. Quick question on fashion though: Does name brand stuff actually make a difference when it comes to quality, or is it just a name that's making?
I think it's just a name. I disagree. There's no quality.
Oh, I thought there was there for a second. So like when I bought like Levi jeans, or when I instead of just regular Walmart jeans, like I thought maybe they were a better quality, but I really don't feel the difference. They'll still rip anyways, and they'll get worn out. It's just more.
I agree, and I feel like Levi's has gotten they lowered their quality. I believe the jeans they had before were better. Like they were pure jeans, blue jean. Now it's like stretchy jean or something.
Remember like Tommy Hilfiger and stuff like that? Like,
oh yes.
Yeah, that used to be like the go-to.
The brand.
Let's see who's commenting here. Oh, Jessica Lee Johnson commented. Let's go back to those movies. It's 4 movies in a series, and it leads all back to the Annabelle doll.
The Annabelle doll.
No.
I don't even want to see the doll.
Good to know. Yeah, no, I don't want to have movies like when I think my worst nightmare was Chucky, and like I think I don't know if it was my dad or my mom or whatever. They put like a little Chucky doll or like a doll that looked like Chucky, and it was just like I didn't even want to. It's like having a fear of clowns. Let's see, Alex. Oh, there's my best friend. Ruben, what color coat do you want to wear next? Wow, very funny. But you know what? I'll go
Why does
with
he say that?
because he always he badgers me about wearing the coat. I'm sure you have too. Well, no, for you it was the vest.
The vest.
Guys, if anybody has seen
vest.
me wear a vest,
Take it off.
She's the reason. She and my wife are the reason why I don't wear the damn vest. So okay, we'll go with that.
You
What
don't
else?
frame it.
What else you got? What else you got?
So we have the Mexican culture. September is the month we celebrate Fiestas Patrias. This year, local Maverick leader and friends from across the border attended an event hosted by Consulate of Mexico Vivian Juarez Mondragon, which celebrated the 250th anniversary of Mexico's independence.
You know, I always want to go to those events. I just never get invited. I mean, I guess I'm just not cool
It's
enough.
free to the public. It's fun.
Oh, I
You
thought it
know,
was.
you get to eat a lot, meet people. They have games. They have activities. It's so fun.
Oh man, it always happens on a damn working. Like I want to know.
I
how can
know.
I find out stuff like beforehand because I know City of Eagle Pass is like really notorious for like announcing things like the few days before, which I guess to some folks it is enough time, but I guess to me, I guess it's not enough time of a heads up. But like, how would I be able to find this stuff out in the future? Is there a Facebook I can follow, especially when it comes to the Consulado?
I believe the Eagle Pass Consulado here in Eagle Pass and the city of Eagle Pass also post these type of events on
Yes.
social media.
I think Mexican culture is beautiful. I love going to
Yes.
Piedras Negras, and that's why I want you to stop saying whenever we're going to speak English or Spanish. Stop saying that I don't like Spanish.
I'm not saying that you don't like. I know that you have trouble understanding it or
Yes.
speaking it. I
Yes.
never said you don't like it. I know you do. I mean, you wouldn't have me here since I'm like I like to
Right. Yeah, I don't want to be like one of those people they call racist, and I'm
No.
but no, I love I love Piedras Negras. I love the way that I'm treated over there. You know, it's funny that I get treated better over there than I do here. It's really weird. Like if I go to Walmart or like when I think I was working at Burger King for a side gig, and someone got really upset that I didn't know Spanish, and I was just like, I'm sorry. Like I'm originally from California, and they're like, oh, okay, you know that's forgivable. But when I go to Mexico, they understand my broken Spanish, and I feel like even my wife does it to me too. She makes me work hard and she knows what I'm trying to say, and I know she's watching. She knows I'm trying to say something in Spanish and I'm not saying it right. It's like I can understand someone when they're speaking broken English. You guys can understand when I'm speaking broken Spanish, and people in Mexico can understand me when I'm speaking broken Spanish, and they help me. Oh, that's great. So yeah, I you know, going back to the events for like the Consulado, keep a lookout for it.
We also had this past Wednesday, the support hub hosted a suicide awareness walk.
Don't mute it. Let them come in.
I wanted to give me a flower. Hold on, babies. Hold on. It's almost finished.
Okay.
So they had the suicide awareness walk. There was a lot of people where local leaders, law enforcement, pageant queens, and school organizations began the walk in front of the library and ended at the Placita San Juan. It was really, really nice that a lot of people showed up. I feel like this year a lot of people came to this event, and it was nice, you know.
Yeah, I should have got. I get what day was it on?
It was Wednesday.
It was
I
Wednesday.
think it was the 10th.
Damn it! I was off on that day. Why didn't I show up? Because I was being lazy and didn't wake up. There's a lot of stuff going on. Well, yeah, that was the day Charlie Kirk had gotten shot, I believe, and so that kind of Now I remember. I just kind of got rid of everything out of the old cranium there. But wow, I heard it was great. The suicide walk. Any sponsors that were there that you want to give a shout out to?
Anita Ramirez Photograph and Pageant Projections was there. Anita. She was there. I believe Mr. Juarez was there also.
Mr. Juarez, Justicia con Juarez. Well,
Yes,
no, we didn't
and
forget about
also-
you, sir. If you remember, if you're watching, we have not forgotten about you. We'll get you in, man. Promise. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And also there's going to be on October 5th, this upcoming event. It's going to be of Anita. There will be a Miss Halloween Spectacular hosted by Anita Ramirez Photography and Pageant Productions. There will be a costume contest and many other fun activities.
Shout out to Anita. We love her so much. We love the pageants and stuff. She always is such a awesome, sweet human being that just wants to have fun and do these pageants for scholarships and all that. Great. Support that. Do we have a date on the
October 5th.
October 5th.
So register and follow her page so y'all can have more information about that.
It's Anita. It's not Anita Ramos anymore, right? Or is it? I still have her as Anita Ramos on my phone. Sorry, Anita.
Anita Ramirez.
Anita Ramirez. Okay. Yeah, Anita Ramirez Pageantry, guys. Check it out on Facebook. They got a lot of, and if you guys have little girls who believe in pageantry and want to, almost like Miss Congeniality, for world peace and that good stuff.
And now it's for even older people. There's no certain age to be part of that pageant, so it's going to be really fun.
Oh wow, okay. So you can be
girls and boys are welcome.
Okay, so you can be like, could I be part of the pageant?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you can. Anybody can.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip on that one, which I have no problem with that. But I don't think anybody's gonna vote for me. I'm too ugly. So great, guy. Check it out. Check Anita Ramirez out. And did they have the pageant at Spirit Halloween yet?
The pageant is barely gonna be October 5th.
And that's at Spirit, right?
Yes.
And a shout out to Miss Sarah Flores for hosting that also. It's great to always do that at Spirit Halloween and get to check out some costumes there. If you guys haven't done it yet, we all know how Eagle Pass loves to do holidays early. Check it out. I'm sure the Christmas stuff is out already. Jeez.
Yes, also all over the place.
Yes, get all your awesome costumes at Spirit Halloween at the Mall de las Águilas, and check out my friend Sarah Flores. She'll help you out. What else you got?
That is it.
That's it. That's it. Okay, awesome. So we're finishing on time.
Yes, we actually did. Bravo.
Yeah. Yay! All right. I guess in closing, so we talked about Charlie Kirk, we talked about our politics, and we talked about our pop culture stuff. We talked about movies, pageants, all that stuff. The great thing about Eagle Pass. Hold on a second. What's Miss Sonia Moreno? She's the best. I love her. She should run for state rep, just so you know.
Yes, Miss Sonia, we're missing the shout out for our city. That's true. Check out Access Church on Facebook.
Okay. You heard me, Sonia.
I'm so sorry. Shout out for my city. Yes, September 27th,
2027?
No, it's this year. It's 2025.
Okay, Sonia, I know that
at 6 p.m.
I'd really like to be a step ahead, but 2027 is a little too far out.
Yes, no, it's this month, the 27th.
I saw that. Okay, great. She put the thumbs up. So, yeah, I saw that. I think
see you in 2 years.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 years. Yeah. So, there you go. Hold on. It's 2025.
Yes, 2025. September 27th, 2025.
You're good, Sonia. You're good. She's a busy lady. She's got a lot on her mind. It's gonna happen. But yeah, good. We got all the shout outs out. Okay, before we go, thank you guys so much. Thank you. We have a lot of stuff on deck for you guys. We do want to get the Eagle Pass veterinary diagnostics. We're going to talk about animals and how it benefits us to go to this place, even though I think cost is a difference from quality. Like if I took my dogs to Mexico before, and it's different. So we're going to catch up with that. We want to do a podcast with Mr. Juarez. I know sir, that's not true. If you think that we don't want you on the podcast, that's not true. We love to have you. And so much more. We have Cub Scouts going on. Shout out to Cub Scout Pack 8562 from Eagle Pass, Texas. It's just formed. It is sponsored by the VFW. Guys, if you want to explore the great outdoors and teaching your kids on becoming better citizens, Cub Scouts is the way to go. All right. And check out 8562. Shout out to the rest of the packs out there that we got going on. Eagle Pass is a beautiful community. I love Eagle Pass. There are certain types of people who everyone's different. I'm just going to say that. And we want to bring positivity to the community. Veronica, before we close, you got anything else you want to say before we take off?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me here. And kids are already calling me.
Yes, we
I
got
have to go.
we got to get Mama Bear out of here. All right, guys.
Yes.
Again, guys, take it easy. We love you all. Stay tuned. We're going to try to be on here every Sunday. All right, and we're going to talk about politics and pop culture, all kinds of stuff. For Veronica Pena, I am Ruben Camarillo. You guys take this song. Walk on. This meeting is only stronger together.
Together.
All right, stronger together. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. See you guys. Defines attaining a physical goal. Is it obtaining strength, knowledge, technique, or balance? And what does it take to obtain that goal? Is it discipline, determination, the will to keep pushing forward? Of course, the answer is yes. It's a journey, an adventure, and it may be a long road. Now, here's the real question. Do you have to take that journey alone? At Elsie's Power Hour, you don't have to take the journey alone, because obtaining any goal is more attainable when you're amongst family. A family that will take that road alongside you. A family that drives you, encourages you, and provides that strength, knowledge, and that will to keep you going from start to finish. Elsie's Power Hour. Finish strong together.
A small community that's been growing since the 1930s. Today, Eagle Pass is still lush with its American tradition, with citizens eager to keep its historical preservation and live the American dream through its small businesses. In the mid-1930s, there was one family able to push through the unfortunate events of the Great Depression and create an establishment that would benefit this community with sporting goods. Of course, with any small business, a business owner must adapt, especially with the constant demand for the new bold flavors, as Eagle Pass transformed into one of the best eating hotspots in South Texas. And so, Hessler's Spice Company was born, adding a variety of traditional bold South Texas flavors, such as fajita, Cajun, lemon pepper, steak seasoning, and many more. If you're looking to add bold American traditional flavor to your cooking repertoire, the Hessler's Spice Company is for you. Hessler's Spice Company, a bold American tradition since 1934. Pick up yours today at Hessler's Sporting Goods in downtown Eagle Pass.